Okay, there's one thing I'm wondering. Buffalo? That was more like it. But the one thing is, Syracuse. I wonder, did you take a page from Buffalo last week? Did you figure out how to hopefully be evenly matched, but then lay a dud? A milk dud, if you know what I mean? Boy, was that a dud against Louisville. You know what? Scott Slatterfield seems to have our number, especially on how to pile on the points and how to make us look like fools. Yeah, the only fools were you, Syracuse. You know what? We could have clinched a bowl game. Could have been our first bowl game in 3 years. And maybe got Dino Babers off the hot seat. Well, you know what? Seat is broiling now, Babers. You know what? You took a page from the Bills on, how to not get your team ready. How to make them look lackadaisical coming off a bye. Much like Buffalo was much of the last 2 weeks. Although I give them credit for getting off the schneid there against Miami in the second half. But you know what? They laid a dud against Jacksonville, and so did you guys lay a dud against Louisville. You know what? Maybe you should have gotten a little umping from Muhammad Ali, his spirit. Well, you gotta get ready. I'm handsome, I'm pretty, and I cannot be beaten. But Syracuse, you gotta get the fire. You gotta get the poise. You gotta get ready, Syracuse. You gotta be truculent. And if I'm truculent, well, I be that. Well, you know something? Muhammad Ali's spirit was ready for his hometown Louisville Cardinals. Boy, and you gotta wonder, with 2 other big games coming up, especially this Saturday against North Carolina State. I mean, hopefully you go down there and you can rally to the cause, if you know what I mean. But of course, the Wolfpack, they're a pretty good pack. This could be a tall order. Same thing when you play Pittsburgh 2 days after Thanksgiving to close the season, especially with Kenny Pickett at quarterback. See, you got to do it like they called when Kirby Puckett came up to bat for Minnesota. But I digress. That's what I want to say, because right now he's a dark horse for the Heisman Trophy. Kenny Pickett! Well, you know what? Hopefully Kenny Pickett will be on the fence and maybe we can pick off some of his passes. Well, we'll see. Way to lay a dud, Syracuse football. But I'm not going to say that the basketball team laid a dud. No. Good couple opening wins. First against Lafayette. And then even though we had a little trouble against Drexel there in the first half, we came alive. We showed what Syracuse basketball is all about. Even if one of Drexel's players is Lamar Odom Jr. Oh boy. Yeah. Could there have maybe been a Kardashian in the audience? Oh, I don't know. Maybe if she was wearing Skims, it might have been okay. But I digress. What a good opening couple of wins for the SU basketball team. And now, hopefully Saturday, we get to brush our teeth with Colgate. You know how it is whenever our oldest and most played rivals come. That's what happens. We brush our teeth with Colgate. Hey, we got fresh breath. Oh. Well, whatever. Let's talk about the Bills. Boy, did they come back strong against the Jets. Josh Allen showed that he was Josh Allen. And of course, Stephon Diggs shows that he digs the competition. Water. Up comes the plant. Bing, bing. Don't put me in a pot yet. And of course, the running game finally showed a little oomph. Yeah, we showed what Matt Breida could do when we finally have him active for a game. 1 touchdown receiving, 1 touchdown running. You know what? And also the secondary, each one of the starting players had a turnover, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. Defense again shows, hey, right now, they're the class of the AFC, maybe even the class of the NFL. Leslie Frazier has them playing lights out. Now, if the offense can just carry its weight for the rest of the season, hopefully we'll have a run like last year. Remember, we did have a little bit of a slow part through the middle part of the season last year, and then we came alive in the second half. We need to come alive, especially with Tom Brady on the horizon in December. And of course, we got Indianapolis, New Orleans on Thanksgiving, and oh boy, guess who's nipping at our heels? It's our old friends, Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. Oh boy, it's going to be real interesting. And speaking of interesting, I got a little something here for you. You know, consumer prices have really been rising. Gas, groceries, clothing, everything. Inflation has really started to come back. And you know what? It hasn't come back like this since Jimmy Carter was president. Yeah, remember, of course, if some of you can, remember what it was like when the old Georgia peanut farmer was president. There was so much inflation, I wondered where all the air was. Of course, coming from Biden, he's got enough hot air to fill up a balloon. But you know what? You see what's happening with inflation, you gotta wonder, how come hidden numbers in some words don't rise up like inflation? I've got something I call inflationary language. For instance, wonderful would be tootiful. Create, crenine. Tenderly would be elevendly. A lieutenant would be a lutelevenant. A sentence like I ate a tenderloin with my fork would be I nined an elevendaloin with my fife. And so on and so forth. And I'll use a few examples to close the show. A boyfriend looked at a girlfriend. You look beautiful. You never looked that lovely, B5. Yes, you really look beautiful, but you have 3 of the saddest eyes that I have ever seen. Bob had been proud of the fact that 2 of his spy fathers had been among the creninders of the U.S. Constitution. There in the shadow stood her ascertain husband, Don 2. He was Don 1. Don 2 stood obviously intoxic-minded. He had 2-3 many. He said there, Anna, 5 give me. I am only young twice. He jumped to his feet. Get out of here, you 3-faced triple-crosser. All right, he said as he wiped his 5 head. I'll go back to 11 and be double again. Farewell, Anna. 3 to Lou, 3 to Lou. That's it.